Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Sultanate and a number of world countries could witness today a total lunar eclipse, the longest in the 21st century. The Israeli police closes the gates of Al-Aqsa Mosque. And a rapidly moving wildfire kills a person and burns at least 11,300 hectares of land in California. Those were the headlines, and now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Martin Vizcarra of Peru on the occasion of his country's National Day. The Sultanate, Middle East and a number of world countries could witness tonight the phenomenon of a total lunar eclipse coinciding with the full moon of Dhu al-Qa'dah. It is categorized as the longest total lunar eclipse in the 21st century compared to the last eclipse in January. This phenomenon will allow people to observe the approaching of Mars and Milky Way galaxy, which will be on the left side of the moon, while Mars will get closer to Earth, which will make it bigger and brighter. The partial eclipse of the moon starts today at 10:24 p.m. local time, Muscat, and will reach to the full stage at 12:23 after midnight. The Directorate General of Customs in Royal Oman Police, National Survey Authority in Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Commerce and the Public Authority for Consumer Protection have issued a joint statement. They affirmed that they are following with great interest what is being circulated in the social media platforms about the spread of school notebooks that contain an incomplete map of Oman in the commercial markets. They confirmed that the concerned authorities have taken the necessary action to recall the product from the local market and have also taken necessary action against the violators. Besides this, there are ongoing investigations on how such products reached the Sultanate to ensure such incident would not happen again. The concerned authorities applauded the high sense of nationalism which was reflected in their responsible interaction with the matter, as they reaffirmed their determination to consolidate the efforts for public interest. The National Survey Authority in the Ministry of Defense previously issued that the use or distribution of any map of the Sultanate requires a prior consent, as it affirms its determination to take all administrative and legal action against any use without its authorization. Israeli police closed the gates to Jerusalem's flashpoint Al-Aqsa Mosque compound today after clashes erupted with Palestinian worshippers following midday prayers. The Waqf, the religious authority that runs the mosque, confirmed that the gates were closed after clashes broke out. The cause of the clashes was not immediately clear, but videos showed police firing tear gas to disperse Palestinians. The site also includes the Western Wall, the most sacred site where Jews are currently allowed to pray, and the Dome of the Rock. It is one of the most fractious issues in the Israel-Palestinian conflict. In July 2017, tens of thousands of Palestinians prayed outside for weeks after Israel installed new metal detectors following an attack. Pro-Assad forces raised the Syrian flag in Quneitra today as the government continued to push to regain full control of the Syrian Golan Heights, strategic territory that borders Israel and Jordan. Government forces have been pushing into Quneitra province following an offensive last month that routed rebels in adjoining Deraa province who were once backed by Washington, Jordan and Gulf states. Damascus is set to recover control of the Golan in a major victory over rebels who have agreed to the surrender terms. The army is still battling a local Daesh group affiliate around the Yarmouk basin nearby. In mist-covered hills, North Korean soldiers, sailors and civilians gathered today at a hero cemetery to commemorate their brothers in arms on the anniversary of the end of the Korean War. Hostilities between the US-led United Nations forces and the North Koreans and their Chinese allies ceased 65 years ago, with an armistice rather than a peace treaty, leaving the peninsula technically still in a state of conflict. In the meantime, remains believed to be those of American servicemen killed in the war were being loaded onto a US aircraft for transportation to the south in the first stage of their final journey home. After exchanging personal insults and threats of war last year as tensions mounted, the North's leader Kim Jong-un and US President Donald Trump shook hands at an unprecedented summit in Singapore last month. The return of the US remains was part of their agreement. At least one person was killed in a rapidly moving wildfire that sent residents fleeing from a northern California city where homes and businesses burned and power was cut today. The Carr Fire, a blaze in Shasta County that has quadrupled in size over the last 2 days to scorch 11,300 hectares of land, killed a bulldozer operator. The blaze moved east from the communities of Whiskeytown and Shasta and crossed the Sacramento River to threaten the city of Redding, home to 90,000 people. Winds were forecast to reach speeds of 40 kilometers per hour, with temperatures reaching 43 Celsius, conditions that could fan the flames further and hamper efforts to combat the blaze. The Carr Fire is one of 88 burning nationally, mostly across the American West. Still to come in our news bulletin. The activities of Summer Scouts Camp for the Advanced Scouts kicks off today in the Governorate of the FAR.
عبق فاح بين جنباتها، فنفثت سلاما برائحة لبانها. حلقت عاليا نحو السماء، فنقشت بأبجدياتها تاريخا جميلا، وبكرمها أمست مضربا للأمثال. مهرجان صلالة السياحي 2018 من 10 من يوليو إلى 25 من أغسطس.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. During Kharif season, Royal Oman Police ROP exert additional efforts to ensure smooth flow of traffic in the roads leading to the FAR. Royal Oman Police have checkpoints and patrols along the ways leading to the FAR in order to provide help and information to those heading to the land of frankincense. ROP distribute booklets to the visitors of the FAR which include guidance and advice about the road and calls upon drivers to stick to traffic safety regulations to avoid accidents. Royal Oman Police urge visitors of Kharif season, especially those coming from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates, to stop at rest areas which are available along the way leading to the FAR. Under the theme Scout Renewal and Creativity, and with the participation of 430 scouts and guides from the Sultanate, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain and Tunisia, the activities of Summer Scout Camp for Advanced Scouts kicked off today at Jabal Ashur Plain in the Governorate of the FAR. The camp will last until the end of this month and aims for expertise and cultural exchange among the participants. The event coincides with Kharif season and will include a number of sports, social and cultural activities which aim to provide the participants with scout and leadership skills. The Ministry of Sports Affairs organised a youth club camp in the Wilaya of Sur. The programme included a variety of cultural, recreational and sports activities and workshops on leadership and management. The camp aimed at promoting and developing the youth skills and educational background in various matters. The Directorate of Social Development in the Governorate of Buraymi organised the 5th Social Work Week. The Social Work Week included a series of programs and events focusing on launching cleaning and awareness campaigns in the Governorate with the aid of a number of local government institutions. The Social Work Week also included workshops in various matters like child abuse protection and the threats of social media. And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the Governorate of Dhofar and its nearby mountains, with chances of intermittent drizzle. The rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with chances of cloud accumulation and scattered rainfall over the Hajar Mountains. Low clouds and fog late at night and early morning are expected over the coasts of the Arabian Sea and Sea of Oman. Winds will be southeasterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight to moderate with a maximum wave height of 1.45 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Sultanate and a number of world countries could witness today a total lunar eclipse, the longest in the 21st century. The Israeli police closes the gates of Al-Aqsa Mosque. And a rapidly moving wildfire kills a person and burns at least 11,300 hectares of land in California. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.